The Valley of Elah. Two armies stand frozen, fear hanging heavy in the air. A giant named Goliath, clad in terrifying armor, mocks the Israelites. A shepherd boy named David steps forward, armed only with a sling and a few stones. David sees something others don't. Goliath is not as invincible as he appears. We all have giants in our lives, don't we? They tower over us, casting shadows of fear and doubt. They whisper lies, telling us we're not good enough, strong enough, or smart enough to succeed. These giants may look different for each of us, but they have one thing in common. They want to keep us from living the lives God created us to live. But remember this, God is bigger than any giant we face. David didn't run from Goliath. He ran towards him because his faith was bigger than his fear. What giants are standing in your valley today? Are they giants of fear, doubt, or insecurity? Are they giants of addiction, broken relationships, or financial struggles? Don't be afraid to name them. Recognizing your giants is the first step to overcoming them. Just like David, you might be surprised by what you are capable of when you place your trust in God. He is the God of the impossible. Take a moment to write down the giants you face. Be honest about the things holding you back from living a full and meaningful life. Remember, God is not intimidated by our struggles. He is waiting for us to invite him into the battle. The Bible tells us in 1 Samuel 17, verse 47, "The battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands." When we surrender our giants to God, we open the door for him to work in ways we could never imagine. David didn't defeat Goliath with brute strength. He defeated him with faith. His sling and stone were simply tools, instruments God used to accomplish his purpose. What are your slings and stones? What resources has God given you to face your giants? They might be your talents, your skills, your education, or even just your willingness to persevere. But even the most potent tools are useless without faith. Faith is the fuel that ignites God's power in our lives. It's the belief that God is who he says he is and that he will do what he promises. Imagine David stepping into the valley, not with fear and trembling, but with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing God is with him. He had already seen God's faithfulness in his life. That's the kind of faith that slays giants. The stone is launched. A hush falls over the battlefield. The giant falls. David's faith, coupled with courage and obedience, brings down the giant that had terrorized a nation. This victory wasn't just about David. It was about the restoration of hope, the defeat of fear, and the realization that God is bigger than any problem we face. When we choose to face our giants with faith, we open ourselves up to experiencing similar victories in our own lives. Each victory, no matter how small, chips away at the giant's power and strengthens our faith for the next battle. Imagine the sense of relief, the surge of joy, the overwhelming gratitude that David must have felt in that moment. He had faced his fear, stepped out in faith, and witnessed God's power firsthand. Every victory, big or small, is a testament to God's faithfulness in our lives. It's an opportunity to celebrate God's goodness and to encourage others who are facing their own giants. The victory over Goliath catapulted David onto a new path. He went on to become a great king, a leader who inspired his people and expanded his kingdom. The boy who faced a giant became a man who shaped a nation. His life teaches us that victory over our giants is not the end of the story, it's just the beginning. Overcoming a giant isn't just about personal gain, it's about how our victory impacts others. David's courage inspired the entire Israelite army. Your courage can inspire your family, your friends, your community. David's story, though ancient, still resonates today. It reminds us that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. It reminds us that we serve a God who is bigger than any giant we face. And it reminds us that our victories, no matter how small, have the power to inspire and impact the world around us. We are all called to be giant slayers in our own right. We are called to live lives of courage, faith, and impact. So go out there, face your giants with faith, and watch God do amazing things.